217-037 and 145502, and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries, as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots, you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We're a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. National Megalodon Day. I don't even know what the heck a Megalodon Day is. Anybody know what a Megalodon Day is? Where do they find some of these things? Let's see. Megalodon Day teaches about most massive shark that ever lived. Okay, that doesn't sound very exciting. National Smile Power Day. Nature Photography Day. Can we jump ahead? Maybe tomorrow's National Fudge Day. We're going to broadcast tomorrow. Anybody that wants to bring us fudge into the studio, feel free. We will be here. We will be live on Ron Siegel Radio. Hey, let's take a look and see what the markets are doing today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average now down 167 points. S&P 500 down 11.5. At NASDAQ is down 86.5. Oil up another 84 cents per barrel. Should we look and see what that's doing to gas prices? Why not? 307.6 national average for a single gallon of gasoline. National average, 1 gallon of gasoline, 307. But let's take a look and we'll see. A year ago, $3 even. That was for Calizuela. 210 was the national average a year ago. So 210, 307, what's that, 97 cents? Average gallon gasoline right now. California, 422.6, 422.6. Not very pleasant, but that's where they say it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
It is what it is.
Anybody watch the president's conversations yesterday, the press conference yesterday? Holy cow, was that painful. Unbelievable. Now, you watch what he has to say. First off, a United States president out on a foreign mission bashing half of all Americans. Does that make any sense to anybody? I'm sure that this is the unity president, right? So I'm sure that that's probably what he had in mind when he's bashing half of all Americans in front of on the world stage. But then again, who did he learn from? Barack Obama did the same thing. So I guess, you can figure that you're going to get what you pay for. He got what he, unbelievable, though, just watching how this president is out there. Now, he's going to be going to a meeting today, and I'm sure the only thing I can say about the meeting today is I am very, very grateful that the president is not doing a press conference after this meeting today. Because, holy cow, if he did a press conference with President Putin, Putin would eat his lunch. I mean, Putin would have 6 sentences out before Biden figured out how to say hello. Just unbelievable. But, hey, this is who we voted. Well, this is who they say we voted for. And it just baffles me how this can continue. How long will it go? I'm just curious as to how long we'll be able to continue on with this same methodology, or, I'm just wondering, when will we be starting to say, I think it's already the case, but I think we're going to be getting even closer to President Harris than we're getting further away. I think that was the intent all along, was that we would be dealing with President Harris, not President Biden. So he'll be there for a little bit, but I think it's going to really be President Harris sooner than later. Let's see what else is going on in the news today. It's been interesting. Today marks the opening of California. Well, has anybody really stopped? I know there was a little while that people actually listened to what the governor had to say, but it's been quite a while that people just have not been listening to Governor Newsom. I know at about 10:30 today, California time, he's going to see about giving away $1.5 million. You got to love that concept, right? I mean, he's got his lottery for vaccinations. The vaccination that is so beneficial, that is going to help everybody. They're going to have to pay $1.5 million as a lottery to get people to take it. Does that make sense to anybody? Whose money is that? Oh, yeah, it's ours. So the governor is going to go out there. He's going to do this lottery, and for our money. He'll probably decide that he needs to raise taxes even further. Yeah, like the gas tax, I think it's over $1 a gallon right now. Think about that one. Over $1 a gallon we're paying for gasoline in taxes. So that the governor, he got his $1 billion for the choo-choo. Wonder how much he makes on that one. And he sent $1 billion to China for PPE. I wonder where all that went to. This guy throws around billions like it's lunch money. Well, maybe being that it's not hit. Wait a second. When he goes to dinner, he does go to the French Laundry for $15,000. So maybe he does think this is lunch money in his case, right? I mean, think about that. It's our money, but he goes out there and spreads it around. Unbelievable. House Republican presses bill to prevent Harris from traveling overseas before visiting the border. Talk about a waste of time, right? I mean, Ashley Hinson, Republican from Iowa, wants to put up a bill that Vice President Harris cannot go overseas until she goes to see our southern border. Why? Right? It's not going to pass. That's the first thing. The bill won't pass, so that's a waste of time. And she doesn't know what the heck she's doing at the border anyway. I mean, they don't want to follow the Trump administration's programs because they worked. That wouldn't be very wise. I mean, tell me this. Do you go out there and try and reinvent the wheel on everything you do? Do you go out there and say, I think my predecessor did this right. I don't care. It's got his stamp on it. I'm going to get rid of it. Now, we saw that President Trump did that with Obamacare, but there was a lot of people that hated Obamacare. If you want to keep your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Right? Remember that one?
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
So those are just a couple of clips. We could probably give you a lot more on that. But the whole concept here is, you put some of these things through and they just don't make any sense. It's just a waste of time. As Rand Paul said to Dr. Fauci, is this just political theater? Well, the answer to the question is yes, it is political theater. Moving right along. How about this one? Yeonmi Park. Have you heard that name, Yeonmi Park, yet? Yeah, so Yeonmi Park is a North Korean defector. She left North Korea, settled in the United States, 27 years old, transfers to Columbia University from a South Korean university in 2016. And now she says that Columbia University, their teachings are worse than what happens in North Korea. Can you imagine that? I mean, I saw an interview with the young lady yesterday, just baffling how she's talking about the lack of ability to have free speech in America on a campus, talking about the fact that it was easier in North Korea than Columbia University. Do you have kids that are going to college anytime soon? Is that a college you want your kids going to? Throw that out there. Let's see what else is going on. House Republicans launch a campus free speech caucus to fight liberal indoctrination at colleges. It's about time for that one, isn't it? North Korea defector warns of Marxist parallels between the cancel culture and the Kim regime. Interesting. Cancel culture and communism, or whatever they are in North Korea. Unbelievable. Moving right along. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Schumer called out for offensive term for developmentally disabled children. Unbelievable. Another one of those cancel cultures. Unreal. AOC lawmakers demand higher pay for congressional staffers. Why doesn't she just give some of her money to the staffers? Right? She's getting her, 174.
Hey guys, sorry, we will be back in just a few. You freeze every now and then.
Well, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I think, am I back, Josh?
Yeah, you're back, but you keep on freezing just a little bit.
Okay, we're having some internet problems here again. I got to figure out why this is happening. I'm going to run us to commercial because it was just about time anyway. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we've got a very, very fascinating workshop that we're going to present for you today. We're going to talk about your estate plan. Everybody has one. We're going to talk about yours. Maybe you'll be able to help us identify what yours is and is not. We've also got a real-time real estate segment for you. We've got some better outcomes and maybe even a featured home. You can reach me anytime off our number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Building your future wealth starts now. Take action and put your money to work for you instead of working for your money. Are you sitting on $100,000 of home equity? Realty Pro 100 has your solution. Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program may increase your net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 or more per year. Learn more about the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program by texting My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. License DRE 02059058.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Dreaming of your retirement does not include losing your house. However, due to today's lower stock market, higher medical bills, and taxes, many retirees face this very problem. This is why it is necessary that you, as a baby boomer considering retirement within the next 10 years, understand reverse mortgages and what one could do for you or your parents. A reverse mortgage could make it possible for you or your parents to travel, buy a second home, or start a new business. For more information about reverse mortgages, just call our off-air number at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit realestateradio.com and click the free workshop button.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And as you know, I am a national speaker for the Society for Financial Awareness. Yes, indeed, that is it's commonly referred to as SOFA. And it's a 501c3 organization with a mission of ending financial literacy across America, one community at a time. And today we're talking about getting fiscally fit, or estate planning is our conversation today. So we're going to chat about that. And if you have any questions about this, again, give me a call at 800-306-1990. I present these workshops for you so you do have an idea of what this is all about. And we do this from a very, very high level. And again, I'm not going to give you any legal advice. That's not what we do on Ron Siegel Radio. But I do want to get you some information, and the best information I can with respect to the estate plan. And everybody has one. The biggest question is, who is driving it, right? Whose plan are you going to work? Are you working a plan that you set up, or are you working a plan that the state has set up on your behalf? Do you really want to give any government at all control over your assets once you pass? The estate plan includes planning for yourself to ensure your wishes are carried out, planning for your children or others who depend on you for support, planning for your family to prevent financial hardship for loved ones. It's tough enough once you pass. Then they've got to deal with all these other things. Who needs an estate plan? Well, anyone who has real estate and or other assets, including homes subject to joint tenancy, survivors, probate, or community treasury, others depending upon support from you. Those are the issues. Planning for yourself, planning for your end-of-life care. That's an advanced planning forms and directives, planning for disability or incapacity, designating someone to make decisions for you. Estate tax planning and strategies, taking care of those who you care about most. And planning for the distribution of your estate. Control when, why, and how your assets will be distributed. So let's talk about the Advanced Health Care Directive. AHCD is a form to help ensure your wishes are carried out. The AHCD allows you to select a primary physician, designate a person to make medical decisions for you if you're unable to make them yourself, make your own choices regarding the kind of medical care you wish, and communicate them to loved ones. Communicate your wishes regarding organ donation. Physician's orders for life-sustaining treatment gives doctors orders and is recognized throughout the medical community. This form allows you to state whether you wish cardiopulmonary resuscitation, choose which medical interventions you wish to receive, full treatment, limited treatment, comfort measures only, state whether you wish artificially administered nutrition. Pre-hospital do not resuscitate orders are part of this. In the event of a cardiopulmonary arrest, a DNR is a form instructing emergency medical personnel regarding a decision to forego resuscitative measures. Treatments to be withheld include chest compressions, assistance ventilation, endotracheal intubation, defibrillator, cardiotonic medication. A lot of information on that one. I can't even pronounce half that stuff. Planning for disability or incapacity. Advances in medicine have increased the likelihood that many of us will need someone to administer our affairs in the event we become disabled or incapacitated. Planning for disability or legal incapacity helps prevent probate, conservatorship, and confusion among loved ones during a difficult time. This is going to be difficult as it is. No matter what way you go, this is a difficult time. So if you do this planning ahead of time, it's actually, I refer to it as a gift to your loved ones. What is a conservatorship? To determine whether you are competent in the event of disability or legal incapacity, the probate court holds public hearings to determine whether conservatorship is necessary. If you are found incompetent, a conservator will be appointed by the court to manage your affairs. The probate court and conservator, not your family, will manage your affairs. So you better make sure you have this written and have it done so that you're controlling it. Do you need a will? If you are intestate or without a will in your state, state law requires your assets be distributed according to state standards, despite any intention or need of your family. And a 24-month delay, intestate distributions are processed by the probate court. Costs are based on the gross value of the estate and charged to the estate. Your will must be submitted to the probate court for processing and approval. A will allows you to name beneficiaries. However, it requires the probate court to administer your assets over time. A will does nothing during your lifetime and does not assist you during disability or incapacity. So what is probate? Under the state superior court, the probate court administers the probate code, which controls an individual's assets at death or incapacity. A case begins when an attorney petitions a court to make a determination or competence or disability, or to process a will at death. An executor collects assets and pays debts, fees, and costs. The remainder of the estate is distributed to the designated beneficiaries. Probate is a public process with a 24-month delay, and minimum fees are based on gross value of the estate, not the net values. Remember, I said gross value. So if you've got a piece of property and it's got a loan on it, the amount of the property, irrelevant of what the loan says, is what you're dealing with here. Why avoid probate? Well, time. Probate court processes take a year or more. With COVID, I think they're out like 3 years. The cost, probate fees for executors and attorneys are set based on gross value of estate without offsets for debt, and it's all public. All probate court filings and hearings are open to the public. And for minor children is the next issue that we want to think about. Nomination of guardians for minor children, gifts to minor children, planning distributions of your estate. The Act allows assets to be passed to children. However, the following conditions must apply. Minor gains full control of assets at 18 or 21 years of age. Assets are then owned by the minor and included in the estate. Scholarship applications require assets to be applied to educational costs first. That's all under the Uniform Gift to Minors Act. Guardians for minor children, guardian of the person, guardian of the estate. So guardian of the person, a spouse, court-appointed nominee. Guardian of the estate administers assets of the guardian. Probate court appointment and reporting. Family trust administration without probate. That's what we want to be doing, is looking at a family trust without dealing with the probate court. So we're always looking for that concept first. Estate distribution to children. Guardianship estates are entirely distributed at age 18. With a family trust, you establish specific criteria and time distributions to children. A trust can sprinkle benefits when and where they are needed. Wills versus family trusts. Distributions of assets by will are only made at death by the probate court, with public hearings, a delay of 12 months or more, and costs are incurred. A family trust provides for distributions to your children as needed and at ages you specify, all without probate. Think about this, and nobody ever expects to get to die young, right? But there are people that this happens to. If you've got young children and you haven't taken care of this, think about this. Who's going to pay the expenses for them when you can't get any of these things done? I'm just throwing that out there for you so you have the information and can see what's going on. Distributions of assets by will are only made at death by probate court, with public hearings, a delay of 12 months. I think we already covered this one. Planning for your family, managing the title to your home. Titles can reduce capital gains tax for surviving spouse. Planning for federal estate taxes after state probate court. Estate tax strategies. Conserve assets for heirs. The title to your home. So we've got tenants in common, multiple owners, title passes to heirs. Joint tenancy, 2 or more owners, title passes to survivors. Community property, husband and wife ownership, title passes to the survivor. And a family trust, the trust is actually the owner, and there is no need to change title. Titles and capital gains for survivors. Capital gains is the tax on the difference between the sale price of the property and the basis, the actual cost. Joint tenancy property titles get a stepped up basis for the part held by the decedent. The survivor pays capital gains on half. Now remember, again, I'm not giving you any tax advice or legal advice. I'm giving you information, education. Make sure you go and check your unique situation with a professional, with a licensed professional. For community property titles, the entire basis is stepped up. The property may be sold without capital gains. After state probate, you'll need to plan for federal estate tax. The estate tax rate increased to 40% in 2016 and 17, with exclusions of $5.45 million, $5.49 million, respectively. The estate tax rate for 2018, 40% with an exclusion of $11.18 million. The tax is due in cash within 9 months after death at the rates described, and you'll have to check on current numbers. So I'll give you a little bit of information, federal estate and gift tax. And if you're not seeing all this information, I'm sharing all this right on our social channels. You can go to Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. You can go to ronsiegelradio.com and look in the radio archive section. You can also go to, if you're watching us right now, ABC News and Talk, AM 1490, the video feed. Federal estate and gift taxes, state tax rates and inclusions. We've got those all showing there. Oh, the last I have on my slide here is up to 2018, so we'll have to get some newer numbers for you. Estate tax strategies, family trusts, IRS tax exemption can be doubled. Gift to family and charities provide tax exclusions. Irrevocable life insurance trusts exclude the payoff from your estate. And the biggest solution is the family trust solution. We always want to deal with a family trust. If you don't have a good trust attorney, give me a call, 800-306-1990. I will put you in touch with one. So you've got the concept of a living trust. You transfer title and registration of assets to the living trust. Very, very important. A lot of people create a living trust and then never fund it. They never transfer the assets. The living trust is controlled by you as the trustee, then by your named successors. A living trust never gets sick, becomes incompetent, or dies and will only change trustees. No need to change title or registration with the probate court orders. A living trust equals no probate. So we've got all that information. Now you got a diagram. We're going to give you a bird's eye view of the diagram. So you've got a survivor A trust, a marital trust, excess over exemption, a family B trust, your living trust during your life. The survivor continues as trustee with use of the funds thereafter. The residuary trust receives all assets and distributes them as the living trust desires. What a living trust accomplishes is pretty simple. It eliminates the probate court for a conservator at the time of any disability or legal incapacity, eliminates probate court at death, preserves an extra $5 million or more exemption on the estate taxes, preserves an extra $5 million or more exemption, I got that down there twice, directs the timing and use of distribution. So we've got a lot of information right there for you as well. So your choices equal results. You do nothing, you get the probate court process, applies state laws for legacy distribution. You can create a will, the probate court for the will with fees, time, and public records. And you can create a revocable living trust. Your trust administers your assets at disability and at death in weeks, not years. So you got the basic plan, the integration of a set of documents, family trust, pour-over will, durable power of attorney, advanced healthcare directive, medical property declaration, nomination of guardians, and deed transfer and change of ownership. All of that is done with a basic trust. So what do you need to do next? Give us a call, 800-306-1990. Evaluate the benefits of a family trust to meet all your legal plans. Again, no probate, delay, cost, public records. Double your estate tax exemptions, provide administration of potential disability, and establish plans for your family's needs and distributions. Get that living trust, and don't go try and do it on your own. I think to get a living trust, you're probably talking about, I know one of the folks that we recommend, I think it charges $2,000 for the trust and all the documentation. $2,000. So don't go getting crazy on thinking that this is an outrageous job. But there's no way you're going to get. I think you figure if you've got a $400,000 house, just using that alone, probate's about $20,000 last I heard. So think about that concept. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, yes, indeed, we have got a better outcome section for you. 2 common mistakes made with divorce and mortgage. We've got a real-time real estate segment and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
What's your plan to beat inflation and protect and build your future wealth? If you're not sure, and if you would like to learn the secret of building wealth by utilizing your current assets with little or no risk, Realty Pro 100 has your solution. Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder Program may increase your net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 or more per year. Learn more about the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder Program by texting My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. License DRE 02059058.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, MLS 21037 and DRE number 018694522.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron and Real Estate Report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunity. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva, they've got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Dow Jones now down 128 points. NASDAQ down 81 points. S&P 500 down almost 10 points. U.S. 10-year Treasury flat. Mortgage-backed securities are down 2 basis points, which tells us they're not really doing a whole heck of a lot, not having much of an effect on mortgage rates as well. Retail sales decreased by 1.3% in May, which was worse than the expected 0.5% decrease. Last month's prior figure was revised higher from no change to a gain of 0.9%. The control group, which strips out autos, gas, building materials, decreased by 0.8%, which was worse than expectations of a 0.2% gain. The control group's prior figure was revised higher from a loss of 0.8% to a gain of 0.1%. Producer Price Index, which measures wholesale inflation, was reported for the month of May. The headline PPI figure was 0.8%, which was above expectations of 0.5%. On a year-over-year basis, PPI increased by 0.4% from 6.2 to 6.6, which exceeded the 6.5% estimate. Core PPI, which strips out food and energy prices, increased by 0.7%, which was above expectations of 0.5. Year-over-year core PPI increased by 0.7 from 4.1 to 4.8, matching the estimate. A lot of news today. Empire State Manufacturing Survey shows the health of the manufacturing sector in New York region, reported at 17.4 for the month of June, which was below expectations of 22.5. Let's see. The NAHB, National Association of Home Builders Housing Market Index, decreased by 2 points from last month's revised figure of 83 to 81 in June. Current sales decreased by 2 points from 88 to 86. Sales expectations decreased by 2 points to 79. Buyer traffic decreased by 2 points to 71. So that's some of the news for you. And I got to give you this information also. I mean, this is just it's biting at my craw right now. So I'm going to tell you right now, that's the Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. So Adam Data, they released a report today, and Adam, they're in the business of statistics that sell. Not just giving you what's happening, but they're really into statistics that sell. Right? And what does statistics that sell mean? Well, they're giving you data that's technically true, but they say what they want it to say. So they released their foreclosure report, which appeared very negative. Year over year, foreclosure starts are up 36%, but no one was doing foreclosures last year due to the moratoriums and forbearance. These are also only starts, which is the first notice of default. Actually, foreclosures are up 23%, but they're down 8% over the last month. Additionally, foreclosures have dropped from the last 15 weeks, or for the last 15 weeks. 2 million are still in forbearance, with 700,000 due to expire at the end of the month. And while these forbearances have been decreasing, foreclosures over the past month have declined 8%. This tells us that forbearances are unwinding gently. Also of note is that 25% of the people coming out of forbearance never stopped making payments and used the forbearance as a safety net. We talked about that before. So please watch what's going on when you hear some of these reports. Please know that certain services, kind of like over at Adam Data, they're in the business of selling data. So that's all they really care about is how do they sell the data? How do they get the most possible money for the data? And whether it's beneficial or not, that's just a byproduct. Whether it's accurate or not is a byproduct, because their tool, their service is all about selling headlines. So I just want to get you that information. Make sure that you are aware that it is going on, because it's going to be in the headlines today. That's going to be exactly what you're going to see out there in the headlines. You're going to be talking about the foreclosures and what Adam Data had to say, and they probably won't give you the full story. I'm just sharing that with you. They're not going to tell you the whole story about what's going on in the marketplace, because that's not what sells. I just told you what the real story is, and yeah, it's not going to sell, but hey, as I say in the mornings, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Better outcomes this morning. 2 common mistakes made with divorce and mortgages. One of the biggest decisions divorcing homeowners face is what to do with the marital home and real property. Trying to agree on how to handle the mortgage and the home can be a challenge without proper direction from a certified divorce lending professional. Yes, your attorney has the information on the law, but most attorneys, not all, but most attorneys are not lending professionals. They're not real estate professionals. So they're not going to have some of the same data that we're going to share with you. And they don't have a workbook to give you as well. You go to my DYM workbook. So it's Divorce Your Mortgage, mydymworkbook.com, or you can text my DYM workbook to 79564, get a free copy. The options available on a number of factors, such as how the property was financed and how ownership is currently held. Additional factors to take into consideration include the disposition of property, the amount of equity available in the property, and the income sources available for the borrowing spouse. There are many common mistakes made during divorce when working with a mortgage professional who does not fully understand the implications of divorce and the opportunity to help the divorcing homeowners with their mortgage financing. 2 of the more common mistakes made are, number 1, if the couple has equity in the home, the spouse keeping the home should apply for a cash-out refinance to pay their ex-spouse their share. It may mean doing a cash-out refinance first to get part money of the money to the existing spouse, then follow up with a home equity loan to get the remaining money due to the exiting spouse. That's a big mistake. Mortgage underwriting guidelines allow for a better solution. If you go through the My DYM workbook and get us all the answers there, we can give you a report that's actually going to give you some solutions right there. And it's going to tell you some of this data that you really need to know. Save you a bunch of money, because a cash-out refinance is generally going to be about 0.3% higher in interest than doing it the right way. So you can actually do an equity buyout rate and term refinance. The benefit is to access more equity in the home, which is usually capped at 80% loan to value with a cash out refinance. Better financing terms are usually available in this situation. There may be title seasoning requirements for the borrowing spouse. However, a certified divorce lending professional can identify this concern when vetting the marital home. Mistake number 2, quote, leaving the vacating spouse's name on the existing mortgage will affect the ability of the non-resident spouse to qualify for future mortgage financing because the existing mortgage payment will be included in the spouse's debt-to-income ratio if they remain on the mortgage, unquote. Again, certified divorce lending professional may change the game here as well. When the marital settlement agreement assigns responsibility of paying an existing debt, the debt can be classified as court-ordered assignment of debt. For mortgage financing requirements, this may allow for the debt to be omitted from the borrower's debt-to-income ratio, helping them to qualify for a new mortgage in their name only while remaining on the existing mortgage to the marital home. Before making any decisions regarding the marital home and mortgage financing opportunities, I encourage you to build a team of professionals if you're in the process of getting divorced. That would be your attorney, financial planner, and of course, the certified divorce lending professional. Again, if you want to get a copy of our free workbook, mydymworkbook.com, mydymworkbook.com, and we'll give that to you free. Or you can go text my DYM workbook to 79564. Find that dream home before someone else does. Get a better outcome is our main cope right here. And again, as always, we'll be coming back. I've got a hope is on the horizon for today's housing shortage. And we might even have a favorite featured home segment. But my tongue is tied today. Featured home segment brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. All that and more. You can reach me anytime off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. No longer on Twitter, but if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
If you're listening to this program, building personal wealth is a topic you're familiar with, and you probably understand that making money is about creating a high income from a high-paying job or running a business, while building wealth, on the other hand, is about creating a stock of value that goes up over time. You've also probably noticed lately that prices for fuel, groceries, and raw materials are skyrocketing, while your monthly income remains flat. Welcome to Inflation 101. One of the fastest growing wealth building strategies is utilizing your current assets with little or no risk, like the equity in your home. Realty Pro 100 has been helping people like you increase their net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 per year. Now's the time to put your money to work for you and beat inflation. Learn more and start building your wealth by contacting Realty Pro 100. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. Receive free information on how the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program works and if it's the right wealth building strategy for you. License DRE 02059058.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, The team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com or call today Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation and MLS 217037 and decal BRE number 0186945.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, the real-time real estate segment today. Being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Well, I think I threw a curveball at our engineering today. So let's do the featured home segment first, being that that's already loaded in. Featured home, that is Kendra Lombardi's property, 404th San Antonio, San Diego. Look at that. I mean, if you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, or if you're watching any of our social channels, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 KMET video feed, what a view, right? This is the kind of property that rarely comes on the market in a lifetime. Truly one of a kind, 3-bedroom condo on the top floor with a 180-degree unobstructed view of San Diego. In the foreground, Kellogg Beach, and then Shelter Island with the San Diego downtown skyline and mountains behind it. Every morning you awake to the sunrise over the mountains, midday sailboats, cruise ships, Navy ships go by. Do not mistake this for a peekaboo view or one overlooking the parking lot. This is the real deal. Come and see it. 404 San Antonio, San Diego. This is from Kendra Lombardi, priced at $1,999,000. Let's look at some financing options. 10% down, you're looking at $82.05 a month. 20% down, $72.93 a month, and 25% down strategic. This would be $62.20 a month. Those are all principal and interest for those keeping score. That would be an APR of 3.836, 3.725, and 3.075, NMLS 217037. Great looking property. Holy cow, look at that property that Kendra has. And I'm looking at the view coming out of there. You're looking over the top of some other properties because this is, I think it says on there that it's the top floor, 180-degree unobstructed view. Wow. Beautiful. If you want to see that property, if you want any other properties down in that area, Krista Lombardi is the one. That's the featured home segment brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. So now we'll try and do a real-time real estate segment. And again, that's brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Hope is on the horizon for today's housing shortage. The major challenge in today's housing market is that there are more buyers looking to purchase than there are homes available to buy. Simply put, supply cannot keep up with demand. A normal market has a 6-month supply of homes for sale. Anything over that indicates it's a buyer's market, but an inventory level below that threshold means we're in a seller's market. Today's inventory level sits far below the norm. According to the existing home sales report from the National Association of Realtors, NAR, quote, total housing inventory at the end of April amounted to 1.16 million units, up 10.5% from March's inventory and down 20.5% from 1 year ago. where it was 1.46 million. Unsold inventory sits at a 2.4 month supply at the current sales pace. Slightly up from March's 2.1 month supply, down from a 4.0 month supply recorded in April 2020. These numbers continue to represent near record lows, unquote. Basically, while we are seeing some improvement, we're still at near record lows for housing inventory. And if you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, you're going to see a graph come up on the screen and also on the ABC News and Talk video feed. So why is all this happening? Since the pandemic began, sellers have been cautious when it comes to putting their homes on the market. At the same time that fewer people are listing their homes, more and more people are trying to buy them thanks to today's low mortgage rates. The influx of buyers aiming to capitalize on those rates of purchasing this limited supply of homes as quickly as they are coming to market. So you can see how that chart, it's crazy. Looking at that chart from, I think it's 97? Can't really see it too well on my screen. 2009, when we were pretty high up there, and goes all the way down to next to nothing is where the numbers are really showing at. Inventory shortage doesn't just apply to existing homes that are already built. When it comes to new construction, builders are trying to do their part to bring more newly built homes into the market. However, due to challenges with things like lumber supply, they're also not able to keep up with demand. In their monthly new residential sales report, the United States Census Bureau states, quote, the seasonally adjusted estimate of new homes for sale at the end of April, 316,000 units. This represents a supply of 4.4 months at their current sales rate. And again, we've got a chart for you on that one. Sam Cotter, chief economist at Freddie Mac, elaborates, quote, in the span of 5 decades, entry-level construction fell from 418,000 units per year in the 70s to 65,000 units in 2020. Can you believe that? 65,000 units. Wow. While in 2020, only 65,000 entry-level homes were completed, there were 2.38 million first-time homebuyers that purchased homes. Not all renters looking to purchase their first homes were in the market for entry-level homes, however. The large disparity illustrates the significant and rapidly widening gap between entry-level supply and demand. Despite today's low inventory, there is hope on the horizon. Regarding existing home sales, Sabrina from economic research analyst at Realtor.com explains, quote, in May, newly listed homes grew by 5.4% on a year-over-year basis compared to the earlier days of the COVID-19 pandemic last year. In May, the share of newly listed homes compared to active daily inventory hit a historical high of 44.4%, 17.3 percentage points higher than last year, 15.1 percentage points above typical levels seen in 17 and 19. The reflection of quickly selling homes, and for buyers, it means that while they expect fresh new listings every week, they will have to be prepared to move quickly on desirable homes. As for newly built homes, builders are also confident about what's ahead for housing inventory. Things are starting to look up for residential real estate inventory. As the country continues to reopen, more houses are likely to be listed for sale. However, as long as buyer demand remains high, it will take time for the balance between supply and demand to truly neutralize. Bottom line, if you're thinking about buying a house, give us a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I try